Our global organizations have been taking a stance against Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has demanded the United Nations Security Council do the same. He wants the council to punish Moscow or dissolve itself. But its powers are currently hampered by how it's structured. The UN Security Council is responsible for maintaining international peace and security. It can do so via a range of options, including calling upon involved parties to settle the dispute peacefully, referring the case to the International Court of Justice, and imposing economic sanctions. As a last resort, the Council can use force to achieve its mandate. A decision needs 9 votes to be adopted. UN Security Council has 15 members, with the 5 permanent countries possessing veto powers. Russia is a permanent member. That means the Council can neither punish nor remove Moscow without its approval. That makes Mr. Zelenskyy's request a tough one.
Well, let's take a closer look at the UN's dilemma. Professor John Bogais from the University of Sydney joins us. Professor, let's first address Zelenskyy's searing demands: remove Russia from the Security Council or dissolve itself. Now, as far as the Ukraine war goes, is the Security Council showing itself to be an increasingly ineffective body in doing what it's supposed to do: combat aggression and protect peace?
Well, it cannot do either of them, because the Security Council allows one member to veto any decision, in that case, Russia, meaning that we have that paradox where Russia is at war in Ukraine, but also is a permanent member of the Security Council and also was the chair of the Council. So the Security Council cannot make any decision without the approval of Russia. And of course, Russia will not allow this to happen, meaning that the Security Council cannot make any decision one way or the other. It cannot remove Russia, but also it cannot authorize an intervention by foreign nations in Ukraine.
If Russia cannot remove Russia without its approval, it appears to be, at this point at least, hamstrung. What else can the UNSC do?
Well, it's very little, actually, that it can do. The objective of the Council is to find a resolution either through negotiation or through intervention. Intervention is not possible because intervention will involve NATO moving into Ukraine against Russia. And that is extremely dangerous. And so far, NATO has tried to avoid this. NATO provides support to Ukraine, but at this point, will not want to go past that point. So on the other hand, the Security Council can try to set up a process of negotiation. And this ultimately will have to be the outcome, because this war will never be resolved through the military support or intervention. It will have to be resolved through some form of negotiation. And that's probably where the Security Council will help. There is a caveat, though, and that is we have a situation where we need Russia to contribute to the negotiation. Yeah. And at the moment, the more we alienate Russia, the less we have an interlocutor.
So what is this telling us? Back to the UN Security Council itself, have we reached a point? Is it time that the UN review the veto powers, the structure given to the 5 permanent members?
Yes, it is. It has been under discussion for a long time, in fact, coming back to the war in Iraq and more. How will this happen is an enormously complex situation. And how long will it take? Who knows? We cannot reform an institution that has functioned under such a rigid system for so long, just overnight. Who will start the process? Let's not forget that the Security Council is very effective in other conflicts around the world. And for that matter, even Russia has been involved in a very positive and supportive ways in some of the resolution. So to reform the Council because of what is happening in Ukraine is incredibly difficult and a great challenge to the international community.
Well, we always wish we had more time, but thank you so much for your thoughts, Professor John Bogais from the University of Sydney.